Hi everyone, welcome back to today's video. So today I'm going to revisit a palette that didn't work for me the first time I used it, and that is the Liqueur Moon Dust palette. Now on the first impressions video I was not a fan and it didn't work very well, and I just want to go in with it one more time, well more than one more time, as you'll see with a future video. And it looks like this, and now I have worked with it, I know what are toppers and what are not toppers and stuff. I have actually used it under the time, so off camera, and not too bad. Anyway, so I'm going to get my fluffy brush. I'm already primed and ready and got the tape on, so let's get into this. This has a mirror, so I'm going to use that, or at least try. So I'm not going to go in with the blue because that shade, when I first used it on the first impressions, was very problematic. So what I'm going to do, like that, I'm going in with that shade first called Asteroid, and I'm going to pop that on the crease. There is a little bit of kickback in the pan, but nothing major. So I hope everybody's doing all right. Health wise for me, not brilliant. I won't lie, it's not good at all, but I'm having good days. Today's a good day. What to press. The problem with me is I worry about everything. Right, I'm going to pop this all the way over to the outer corner, rather than do to halfway and then do another shade. Sometimes I do this like this. So I'm, like I say, not doing the best mental health wise. I've not been writing in my journal, and I need to do that. Writing things down really does help me. But this isn't a mental health video, and I think you've all, you've had enough of my woes now, and I think it's time just to bring this channel back to being positive and a happy place for you to visit. So that's how I want to go forward. You might have noticed I have, that actually has popped on really nice. You might have noticed the intro is different and a bit more basic and everything, because basically I'm giving Neil a bit of a break because he does all the intro and everything, and it can take hours, and he's been sleeping at very funny times anyway, so I'm just going to take the pressure off for a while. So that intro is what we have. I did it all myself. It took me 2 hours. I now appreciate how much time it takes him, and it's only a basic one. So let me know in the comments, what do you think? It's got the program name on the intro and outro itself, because to get an app free you pull up with a watermark, which is what does on this video as well, Video Shop. And I just can't remember what it was called, so it's a bit of a faff, because you choose one and you alter everything and you put everything through, and then it go, oh, you must pay for that part. No money to pay for any apps, and I'm not paying for it, so I have to go again and try and get a free one. That's what took the time up, but I've got one I'm happy with, and so that's where we're going. I haven't got to credit the artist either by looks of, so, and there isn't anywhere it tells you who the artist is or anything, and it's a free app so you can use them, so it's not like I have to. Because with YouTube, if you're using a free intro and outro tune, you do have to credit the artist if there is a credit and it asks you to be able to use it free, because otherwise you'll get stung with copyright. And so that's how it works basically. I do see some YouTubers intro and outros and they've not credited anybody, and I just think, are you sure that was free? Some of them you just think can't be. So just pop this orangey shade there, and actually it's gone on really nice. I'm always one for making sure it's blended right, because I'm just like that. I've left the blinds open today, so I'm hoping it looks fine. I did a test run and it did. I'm hoping, because it doesn't always. I'm trying to meddle with the lighting as much as possible and get it better. It's a work in progress. There. So that orange shade's quite nice. Just clean off my brush on this cloth. Now I can see a nice brown shade and also a sort of a reddy colour. So I'm going to go in with the brown actually today. No, I'm going in with the red. Meteor, some reddy brown sort of shade. And I'm going to pop that now, pack it on first on the outer part of the eye. I think if I remember rightly, I used the pinky shade in this and the bluey shade when I first tested it out, and it was terrible. So this is to see whether this palette stays in my collection or not, which you'll find out more about all of that. Either you've already found that out and I've already put the video up, or it's coming next. Neil's just popped off to Syston's Day to do our shopping, do a little bit of my mum's shopping and meet his mum. So I'm home alone. Well, actually not home alone, my cousin's here, Stephen's here, and so time to film. Right, I am finding with this though, it's not as smooth as some mattes I've actually used. It's not bad, but you know, not the best. I'm putting my hand further down for this eye on the brush, because with my hands being a little bit on the shaky side, I find it much easier to work with, because it's this eye it seems to shake the most with. Still no clue why. I currently, well actually for several months now, I've not took my inhalers. Not because I should be and I'm making myself suffer. I just don't have asthma symptoms anymore. I no longer have asthma. And it is so odd, because I've took inhalers for so long, since I was a child, and I do no longer have asthma. It's really weird, but also at the same time absolutely fabulous. I'm loving it. I'm still popping an inhaler in my bag though to go out with. I think that's just born into me, because I have had asthma, like I said, since childhood. So, you know, about 8 or 7 or 8 or whatever age it was. So very young, and It's ingrained into you. Pop an inhaler in your bag, you might need it. I don't need it, it's pretty obvious, but it's ingrained. So I just have that inhaler in my bag. Right, I'm very happy with that. That looks alright, that does. Like as I say, it's not the best of quality in eyeshadow, in my opinion, on this palette. I've had some Aldi palettes before. I have got the dupe for the Urban Decay Naked Heat and the dupe for the Urban Decay Smoky, I think it is. Can't actually remember for sure. I'll pop it here if I remember to do that. Anyway, so on to the next shade. Now, I'm not going to use that brush, obviously, but I am going to go in with this double-ended brush. And I'm going to use the flat end there. And I am going to go in with the shade, let's see. I'll do a couple of swatches on my hand just to see where I'm going. Swatch Star, Constellation, Nova, and Infinity. That's just made me want to do a Buzz Lightyear. Infinity and beyond. Oh, that is really nice. I like the purpley shade. I want to try and stay away from that. As you can see there. So I'm thinking this pinky one, but I'm not really certain it's going to be any good, but I need to try it. So let me just do my usuals, what I do, see what looks right. Gold's probably about the best though. No, I'm not doing the gold, I'm just not. I'm going in with Nova. I'm going to do that. So I'm going in with this shade here. Like as I say, I have worked with this off camera just once. Not too long ago either. And if you don't use the toppery kind of shades, I found the shimmers okay. Not mind-blowing, but okay. So I'm finding I've just late because I changed my makeup application up a few times here and there. If I find something else works for me, or I just want to try a different way. And wow, actually that is a beautiful shade. And it's picking up really well on the brush. And I just... This will give you a really precise application if you use a brush. That's what I'm trying to get out. And as you can see, that was a really nice application. However, I do follow up by using my finger and just to pat a bit more colour on, because I do like it intense. I do like a nice intense shimmer. If you haven't tried that way before, I'd highly recommend. Yeah, I like that. That actually is a nice shade. So I'm going to now go in, like I said, with my finger and just top it. So once I've done one eye, I'll show you the difference if you can see one on camera, because not always does it pick up. Can you see the difference? Just a bit more intense. But you've popped the colour down originally with the brush just to get the application. neat. I'm very tempted to go in with that pink topper, to be honest. I don't know why, I'm just feeling it today. Just make that a little more intense to match the other one up, because I am weird. Okay, that is a pretty colour. I'm really happy with that. Because I know this pinky shade is a topper, I actually am not too sure if it's going to go on right. So I just popped that colour on there, and I'm going to put the pinky one on top to see what it looks like. Wrong one, that's purple. This pinky shade one here called Zodiac. It's a bit powdery. Yeah, I'm not actually. That doesn't bring much to it. It's always best to test it that way sometimes, just to see if it will work. And it doesn't bring a lot to that, to the look doing that. So I'm not doing it. I might use that to pop on the brow bone and on the inner corner. That's what I may do. Anyway, guys, I'm going to go off and do the rest of my face, my base and everything. And then I'll be back with you in a moment. Okay. So I've popped on the rest of my makeup, usual stuff, and I popped this shade and that shade on my lower lash line. Let's take these glasses off. I just done another video on this highlighter I have on. Yes, it's 2 different shades. And that will be coming on the next video. Anyway. So I did that on the lower lash line and blended them in. I also decided in the end not to use the pink topper for the highlighty part, the highlighter, but this one instead, and the shade is called Heavenly, and looks really quite nice. I think really nice. I'll have to try that on the lid sometime. So, the swatches for this palette will be on the first impressions of this palette video. So, go and take a look at that. If you just press in the search on my channel, Lacura or Aldi, or, you know, Moon Dust palette or whatever, it should come up. Okay, so this is a look. I'm really happy with this, and I wasn't happy with this palette when I first used it, so yeah, I'm really quite happy with this. Not the best mattes in the world, but the shimmer is actually quite nice. This is a dupe for a ABH palette. Which one at the minute I can't tell you for the life of me, which I will pop here as well. Yeah. It's not bad. Better than when I used the topper, and the topper just didn't work because it's a topper. But you don't realise that until you use these things. And yeah, apart from the odd shade which I didn't like last time, the ones I've picked today I really am happy with. I like it. So I'm not sure if you can actually pick this palette up anymore. I'm not certain. If I remember, I will pop it in the description box and tell you if it's available still. It was $5.99 and it came with a little brush, but the brush is in my pot over there because the brush actually was half decent. Yeah, so yeah, overall second impression of that palette, well, third in a way, but you didn't see that look. My next, you know, my revisited palette review is, it's not bad. It's not bad at all. For the money, it really isn't bad. So I'm going to go. Please do all the good stuff, as it really does help out my channel. Just got to swallow. And please consider subscribing. It's free. It won't cost you a penny. And please press the notification bell at the side and set it to all, so you will be notified when I upload new content. I will see you again next time. Take care everyone. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.